Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you how to do a full skull makeup look for Halloween or for any fancy dress party. Yeah, this is actually my first time ever doing it, so I'm kind of winging it as I go. I've got a few inspiration pictures on my phone from Pinterest. And yeah, so I've just literally like scraped my hair back because I don't know about you, I hate getting makeup in my hair. So I've started with a clean face and I've also primed my face, and I'm just going to be going in with the Smithies Makeup FX, and from what I remember from last Halloween, this makes my face feel really sticky. So I'm also going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit and using the lightest shade, which looks practically white on me anyway. So I'm going to be blending both of them on my face. I'm just going to be adding some drops of some of my serums. This is just the Age Perfect by L'Oreal Paris, just to make it that little bit creamier and a little bit smoother to apply. I'm just going to speed this up so you guys can see it all. Then just to set all that in place, I'm going to be taking the Rimmel London Magnifies number 12 in Q Jump, and this is just a very, very white pearly eyeshadow. So I'm just going to be using my powder brush and just dabbing it on. You don't really want to sort of swipe, you want to dab, because if you swipe you're just going to really like move all that product that you've just put on. And it took a lot of work to put that on. This will just basically make it feel like it's not so sticky on your face, because I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate sticky makeup. So now it's time to draw our bone structure on. So I'm just using the Ice Studio Lasting Drama from Maybelline and getting a little brush for that. So I'm just using my detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I'm literally grabbing the tiniest amount of black on here. You basically just want to feel, because everyone's bone structure is different, you just want to feel where your orbital bone is. So mine's around about here. And obviously it's really important, especially with the eye socket, to connect it to your eyebrow. So you make sure they're even, and then you've got to you've got to go with your bone up here as well. I can't remember what that bone's called for the life of me. Just like that. And then try and get it as similar as you can on the other side. Now for them, you just need to colour them in completely black, just because this is going to create the look of it being hollowed out. So for this, I'm not adding any serum whatsoever to this little pot of eyeliner, just simply because I want it to be that dark. Then I'm just going to be grabbing the Naked 3 palette, and I also, by the way, I also put some up here, which looks really scruffy at the moment, but we're going to be blending that out later. So I'm just grabbing Limit and Nuna from the Naked 3 palette, and I decided with this look that I really wanted to go for something a little bit more glamorous on the eyes rather than just having completely black sockets. So I'm just being a little bit rough on this, but basically going to be creating like a spotlight eye. So I'm mainly using Nuna, putting it on the outside here and then also on the inside. And then in that middle bit I'm going to be taking dust from the Naked 3 and just creating that spotlight. And then I'm just going to be grabbing Hustle and Blackberry from MAC and basically just going to darken it up, and this is going to be the transition into the black basically. So I'm just going to be outlining that circle that we made earlier. Okay, so this is what it should look like once you've blended all that out. I'm just going to be going in with my masked ink from Maybelline, and I'm just going to be doing liner on my eyes. I'm going to keep it very, very rounded. I'm going to do a slight wing, but nothing too major. So I actually kept the eyeliner rounded and no wing, just because I think it would look better like that. And I'm not going to do lashes or mascara until I have done the rest of my face. I just don't want it annoying my eyes, basically, because I've got a lot of makeup on my eyes at the moment and it's already starting to itch, so we're not going to mess up this look. So next we are going on to the cheekbones. Now, cheekbones are kind of hard because you need to make it look so hollow. So again, just going in with that detailer brush, but we're going to do it so faintly and pick up the tiniest of product, literally the tiniest. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see and it's all in focus. So I'm going to start it relatively close to this bit. Something like that. This is where the harder stuff comes in, because this is where you have to be really, really careful and shade properly. So I'm just going to make a faint outline on where I'm going to have the line of my teeth to be. So something about there. I'm going to go back in and just darken up that line now that I'm happy with how it's going to look on me. So that is all I'm doing for the moment. Now I'm just going to go in and do the teeth. So the teeth are probably the hardest part because obviously you've got to make them actually look like teeth. So just trying to think how to do this. So I'm going to start off, make sure my lips are completely white, and then I'm just going to create a line down the top and bottom of my lip. And basically I'm just going to create lines all the way down here, and then we're going to sculpt them a bit more. So you should start look a little bit freaky. Then what you want to do is create a fatter part at the bottom of your tooth and then make it a little bit thinner. So I'm going to start from this side. So I'm going to keep it how it is, and then basically draw a triangle up the top. So I'm just zooming in so you can actually see what I'm doing. So this is really hard to film. So just elongating it at the top of your lip. So once you're done, it should look something like this. Should resemble a little bit more like teeth. Obviously when you're talking it looks a little bit weird, and obviously when you raise your eyebrows that looks even weirder because you don't have any. Anyway, so they're just the general outline of teeth. Now we're going to shade this bit so it looks more like the teeth are in the jawbone. Just grabbing my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to be grabbing Dance in the Dark from MAC, and the tiniest amount, literally the tiniest. just to shade that bit in. And you've just got to be really delicate with this. And then to avoid all this white here, I want to darken it up as well, but obviously I don't want to go in with the black because it's just going to look like one big hot mess. So I'm just using Gunmetal from the Naked palettes for some smoky grey in there, and I'm just basically going to dab it on. And then use my blending brush just to blend all that in. And there we go, it looks like your teeth are going a little bit more into your jawbone. And now just for the nose, so we're just going to be creating like a spike effect on the nose. I think it's always best just to start with the tip of your nose so you can get a feel for what kind of shape you want. And then just draw one line up the side of your nose and a little bit of a shorter one on the other side. And just slant that down so it's like a triangle, and then do the same with the other line you made. Something like that. Then just using a angled brush, I'm going to be creating details like furrows of the brow and some other little details around my face. So to do that, I'm just going to be grabbing Naked from the Naked palette, just because it's a very, very light shade. So if you mess up, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to do a little bit under here, and this is basically going to create the effect that everything is actually popping out. So for the furrows of the brow, you just want to start basically where your normal brow starts, but a little bit higher up. And create a relative brow shape for it, like so. And then I'm just going to be using the same brush just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And then I'm just going to be grabbing a thin brush again and creating cracks on the skull. So I'm going to do some by the eyes. And I'm only doing these really, really lightly because I'm going to be blending them. Then just for mascara and false lashes, I'm just using the Luxe from Eyelure, and this is the Solitaire ones. And there we have it, this is the completed look with the eyelashes on as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up if you did, and be sure to keep checking out my channel because I'm going to be going all out with the Halloween looks for this month. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.